Hello, San Francisco, and welcome once again to the Angelic Troublemakers. I'm your host, Alan Jones, and on today's program, five, four, three, two, one. I'm bringing you this program on the start of the first preseason game for the Golden State Warriors. And the reason why I titled my program such, it's a countdown to my ending my NBA watching pastime. I'm a sports fan. I love a lot of sports. I love the stories of sports. I mean, the great stories. There's so many. I love it all. But the sad story of sports is still, far as I'm concerned, racism. And for 3 years, I've been on a determined uh, mission to prevent the Warriors from moving from Oakland to San Francisco. And so, in doing this, I vowed that the Golden State Warriors would never play one game in San Francisco. And the reason why I was so uh, sure of myself to make that prediction or bold, whatever, uh, it's because I'm a God believing and Bible reading man. And the things that I read in the Bible and the things that God has done for me in this mission that I claim, I just chalked it up to this is not going to happen because too many beautiful things happened to me in trying to stop the Warriors from moving from Oakland to San Francisco. Chiefly, I must say that I leaned on a scripture in the Bible that's read simply, love thy neighbor as thyself. And in relying on this Bible scripture, I just realized that what San Francisco was doing to Oakland was not right. This is not how you treat your neighbor. The Golden State Warriors had been in Oakland for the last 47 years. And then for San Francisco uh, to jump in bed with the owners of the team who just wanted to move the team over to San Francisco, they broke all kind of laws just to get the team to come over to San Francisco at the height of their um, championship runs. And so for me, I just didn't like the attitude. Now, yes, when the Golden State Warriors first came west, they were the San Francisco Warriors and they played in San Francisco, Cal Palace, which is not technically San Francisco, but they tried for 9 years to build an arena here, and the city wasn't interested. So the owner was forced to move because if he didn't, he'd end up going broke. So for the Warriors to go across the bay because Oakland had the Coliseum just built, I think it was supposed to be something to do with ice follies or some arena. I don't know what it was. But for them to find a very large arena right across the bay and Oakland could not been a more a gracious host to the team. So for all of the years that the Warriors struggled, had some good years, hey, I just thought, why would San Francisco want to snatch that away from Oakland? San Francisco has a $10 billion a year tourism industry expected to go up this year versus Oakland's $800 million a year tourism industry. So why, if we have so much, would we want to take the little bit that Oakland has from them? It's an unchristian type thing. And so I did my best to do what I thought could keep the Warriors from moving here. And yes, there were some obstacles. I had the perfect plan, but nobody wanted to listen to me. But then somebody did listen. And might I add, the reason why I'm doing this program and have for the last 3 years is based on the fact that a gentleman, I was a guest on his program, SF Commons program, describing my views on the Warriors relocation situation. And he had me as a guest, and he encouraged me to do my own TV program. And that's how I got started here. So, some good came out of my fight, I guess. But the fact of the matter is I wanted the Warriors to remain in Oakland. And I went through a whole bunch of things, and this website was the tail end of my fight. I must say that I have a tremendous amount of gratitude for a woman who helped me get going in this fight. She doesn't want her name mentioned, so I won't. But she introduced me to a man who does not mind having his name mentioned, by the name of James Erickson. James Erickson saw what I was up to, and he put up $60,000. Now, do you know how hard it is for somebody to believe in you to where they put up a whole bunch of money and you came up short? Well, that's what happened. Now, I am speechless on how things really turned out. But 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I am counting down to the days, the hours or the minutes that I will be watching NBA. Why? It's too hard for me to watch the Warriors running up and down Chase Center, knowing how hard I tried to prevent them from coming to San Francisco. And it was a moral issue. My integrity is pointed north, straight up north. Anything else about me? Well, it's south, west, east, you name it. But my integrity is not to be messed with. And my integrity tells me that there was a whole lot of racism involved in this move. And I can't enjoy basketball any longer based on this situation. Now, since I've been a Warrior fan since 1975, people will think, oh, please, Yeah, I gotta be watching it. Well, let me tell you something. I claimed that the 49ers leaving San Francisco was racist. I tried to stop that. And ever since they played in Levi Stadium, I have not seen one game. That's 5 years. I'm a bigger football fan than I am a basketball fan. But I can't handle racism. I will not allow myself to be in trying to enjoy a game knowing that there's all kind of crap in front of the TV that I see. Racism, 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 racism. And it's mainly the ownership, But hey, if the level just came down, I would be able to deal with it. But no, it's getting higher and higher. Case in point, not to get off subject, when you look at how America treated Colin Kaepernick for just taking a knee, and then you compare it to the shenanigans that the President of the United States is doing to this country, what he's doing versus that, and for people to be more upset with Kaepernick than they are the president, give me a break. So there's all kinds of hypocrisy going on. And it's just that the level of hypocrisy is too high for me to enjoy the sport. I've always seen racism in various sports, but it was down here, not up here. And until it comes down, I can't participate. Now, I got a whole bunch of other things that I'm going to be doing, so I'm not going to lose any sleep. But I will admit, I'll miss Klay Thompson's three-pointers. I'll miss Steph Curry's energy. I'll miss Draymond Green's tenacity. And I'll miss the rest of the NBA. But the fact of the matter is you just have to come to a point in your life, and next month I'll be 63 years old. I've enjoyed 5 Super Bowls, 4 NBA titles, and 3 Major League Baseball World Series. So it's not like I am lost out on something. I've enjoyed a whole bunch of this sport. However, when I look at all of the time that these different sporting events have done, and I compare it to the racism that I say is in San Francisco, in this website, I have something called hot links. I don't know whether I can do this. But the fact that I have a whole bunch of articles dealing with San Francisco racism, I think that people need to realize that, hey, why would somebody put all of this together? The issue that I'm most proud of is this. It won't work. Come on. This ballot measure. This is a letter to the people of Oakland. It's an apology from 97,863 San Franciscans. Why? Because it wasn't that I was wrong. In a ballot measure called Proposition I, 130,000 San Franciscans said, "Thou shalt covet thy neighbor's property." My ballot measure, which was a relocation of professional sports teams, was actually, "Thou shalt not covet." And 98,000 people agreed with me that we should not be coveting anything that belongs to our neighbors. So it's not like I was way off base. I just lost. And I accept the defeat as an experience that, hey, part of life. My mission was to get the attention of the NBA players. Well, I failed on that. And though I put my, you know, stuff down here and really thought that I had a program, it didn't work. And so you got to just move on. The Warriors are now in San Francisco. I've seen the floor of the Warrior Arena and it has San Francisco on it. Well, now, Joe Lacob, the owner, had been, "No, we're not going to change the name. No, we're not going to change the name." Well, I knew he was lying. And though still technically the Golden State Warriors, believe me, after they've settled in to their new home, don't be surprised when the big announcement comes. Well, they're going to be changing the name to the San Francisco Warriors. It's a PR thing, I'm sure. Then they're going to have all of the benefits of everybody's got to have new Warrior gear that says San Francisco. So it's an all business thing. Well, I get all of that. But the fact of the matter is for as good as Oakland has been to the Warriors, I just don't see San Francisco as deserving. And though I understand that, hey, you're a businessman. If I own the Golden State Warriors, I think that I should have most say so, and I think that I should go wherever I want to go to make the most of my investment. I get that. But as a fan, I don't get it. How could you be so disrespectful to the area, the team that really was established in an area? Uproot them and take them somewhere else just because you're the owner. I can't deal with that. So I'm moving on. And though I know that I'll keep this website up until the end of the year, I don't know whether it's going to get much action, because I'm not going to be posting anything else on it. Not that I can think of. But there is a contact. And I recommend people go to NBADoesn'tCare.com and they click on the contact. And as you click on this contact, Let me know what you think about the Warriors in San Francisco. I'd like to hear from you. No, not that I'm going to re up my little old campaign to kick them out. I saw the new arena as a perfect place to convert into a museum. Yes, really. I envisioned this being a museum of heroes. I have so many fabulous stories on heroics of different individuals, and I just think that they belong in a museum. And when you think of the fact that there's 198 countries, there's heroes all over the world. And so when you consider, well, do they have a permanent home? Nope. And so, sure, I'm putting it out there. I want to see a heroes museum somewhere to where everybody can go and show their appreciation for heroes. It won't be Chase Center as I envision, but still, I think that this is something that can happen. Does it have to be a brand new building? No. Would I prefer it in San Francisco? Yes. Why? Because I had the perfect name for it in San Francisco. However, I think that we in this society do not show appreciation enough for one another, or especially the heroes of this world who deserve to be honored in a special way. Now, if you ask any hero, they'll tell you, yeah, I was just doing what anybody would do. They're always humble, and I appreciate that. But what am I going to do to turn my, uh, shall we say, project of keeping the Warriors in Oakland into something more meaningful? I can't see Oracle Arena, I know they took the name down, as the particular museum that I envisioned. So I have to do something else. I just don't know what or where, but I honestly believe that if it's God's will, He'll guide me. Now, this was a side deal for me. I am a prison reform activist and have been since 1993. Before that, from 83 to 93, I was a Bible study teacher in the San Francisco Juvenile Hall. So, if I say that I was put on this earth for one thing, it would be prison reform. And that's what I'm going to go back to. I'm going to change the name of the angelic troublemakers to something else that reflects what I'll be doing in the coming year. 2020 will be all new. I'm excited. I think that I got the right person to help guide me into the next year. But as far as, you know, what am I going to do with all of these plans? I have to narrow it down. I have to stay focused on my main passion, which is prison reform. And got a whole lot of time since I'm not going to be watching any NBA basketball or NFL football. My Giants, they just finished their season. And may I say thank you, Bruce Bochy. I will say that in the last game of the year, I'll admit there was tears in my eyes when I watched on TV, they were doing the appreciation send off for the manager of the Giants who retired. And I thank him for those 3 rings. Oh, I'm telling you, I love my baseball. But the fact of the matter is, hey, until further notice, I'm only going to be watching baseball as a main sport because I can't handle the racism in my other 2 favorite sports of football and basketball. Am I a football fan? Yes. Have I watched a football game in the last few years? No. Am I a basketball fan? Yes. Am I going to be watching basketball? No. Now, I also like to hear the different sports reporters and stuff like that. How am I going to juggle that? I don't know. Because still, they do have some really great stories to tell when they're pontificating on different aspects of whatever sport. But I know I have the strength to stay back. Why? As much as I love sports, I hate racism equally. So the issue is there will be no desire for me to sneak a peek. Do I keep up with sports? Well, I know that the 49ers are 3-0. So there are things that I do see just because, hey, it's hard to miss it. But will I be reading articles, watching videos? I don't even think in the first 3 games of this year, I don't think I've seen one highlight of a 49er touchdown or play. And I know in my heart, football's still there. If I look at a 49er helmet, I get excited. But as long as the owners are still named DeBartolo, I just don't see myself hopping over the fence to see a game or peeking at it. But the fact is, hey, I've enjoyed, and so I must move on. And far as my promise to, or my vow that the Warriors would never move from Oracle, I'm sorry. I tried my best. And I know that it was only the lack of funds that caused this situation to end the way it did. What I plan on doing while there is no other uh, sporting event going on, I'm excited because I'm the type of person that sees quite clearly, hey, as long as you have breath, you have something to do. And I'm going to do it. Now, will it be easy? No, because I'm going to hear different things. But I like the challenge. And if you look at my name, Allen, in the middle of the name, challenge, and the word challenge is Allen. So, until next time.